Question of the morning. What'd you think of that BYU win over Utah? Rob, storming the field is weird unless it's an upset.
It was an upset.
Oh, wait.
They weren't favored.
He was setting himself up there.
So who decides whether it's an upset or not? I guess the odds people do. I don't really consider it an upset. I think it's the rivalry that did it.
Justin, intense. Felt like it could have gone either way. Glad the Cougars pulled it out.
If you're a BYU fan, sure you are.
Gutsy play by Bear on that last TD.
Yeah, 22 yards, man. Just rocking and rolling, smacking, rocking, banging, hitting. It's incredible. Yeah. If you go listen to Kalani after the game, for those of you who thought anybody else had a chance to start, he basically tells you, we knew we had to get him ready from day one. It was never going to be anybody else. I don't know if anybody had known that. Somebody might have said that on the air, maybe. I don't know. But that's what it was. It was always going to be him. It wasn't going to be anybody else. And they were getting him ready even before day one. They were getting him ready since the Retzlaff thing went down. Virtually as soon as that thing went down, they were preparing him to be the starter.
And now he is, and they are 7-0. Could it be going much better?
Record-wise, no. If you have 7 games and you won all 7, yes. It can't get any better. But at the same time, you can always be a better player. So, yes, it can be. But if you're just judging exclusively by the record, which is what you should judge by ultimately, that's what they're judged by. That's why the guys are getting fired yesterday and maybe more before the season's over. It's based on the record. So 7-0, yeah, it's remarkable.
Mark says, well, the refs sucked for both sides. Utah should have tried field goals, and I said it before the 4th down attempts. The refs sucked for both sides.
Yeah, that's refereeing. then what difference does it make?
You know, with these so many guys coaching together, it's like watching that. It's like, aren't these guys just coached to be physical? There's like a lot of pulling and grabbing. Nobody wants a penalty every play. They're showing replays on stuff that isn't called and looks like it could be called, but you really want a penalty on 80% of the pass plays?
You choose to discuss refs, not me.
They got to let some stuff go, and they do.
I'm not worried about the
What
referee.
about the field goals? And I got like 40 comments here on field goals. They're all saying the same stuff. Kick the field goals.
Kyle went with the analytics, and analytics, by definition, has to be successful, or else it wouldn't be an analytic. You wouldn't use it if it was a failure. So whatever the percentages are, I don't know what they are on a 4th and 2 inside the 20 or whatever, and I don't want to get into that weeds on that stuff. That's for them to do it. I'm not going to do it. But clearly, they are successful more often than not, and probably significantly more often than not. And so my opinion, for what it's worth, is that the first drive, you get the ball, and you're inside the 5, and then you go all the way down the field and get inside the 20, and it was 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, whatever it was. And I think that under that circumstance, bag the analytics. Get points on your first drive, because I think it's a momentum builder, particularly when your offense has looked good your prior 2 games. You can say the competition, but West Virginia, you got me on the competition, but they made the Sun Devils look silly, and the Sun Devils came right back and had a phenomenal game the very next week. That's what's so crazy about this conference. One team's jumping over the moon 1 week, 7 days later, you got to pick them up off the floor, and then vice versa. It's crazy. It's fun. So I think that on that first drive, take the points. You had points available. Don't know that he would have made the field goal, but just for argument's sake, go for it there. Put points on the board, because essentially all you did was eat up clock and literally came away with 0. And so I would have taken the points, and it's easy for me to say, because if they get the first down and go into a touchdown, then no one's talking about it. But still, philosophically, it's not about the Utes. I'm not talking about the Utes. I'm talking about anybody. First drive, come away with points. You've got to feel good about yourselves.
I was watching John Madden, a game John Madden was calling once, and he went into that exact point and said he, through his coaching career, learned to take the points and get the 0 off the board. He thought as soon as you get the 0 off the board, the offense relaxes and plays better. And what the analytics don't account for is what Majerus always called time and score, and Pablo comes on and calls it game state. But how much does it matter to kick a field goal and take the lead, or kick a field goal and tie the game? How much better do you play when you get that? The analytics will tell you the odds of doing it. Now, what the analytics can't account for is blown assignments. I think there was a blown assignment on that 4th and 1.
Which one?
The first one, on the opening drive.
I thought it was a crap play call.
4th and 1. Well,
go wide and just run
the guy
east-west, not north-south.
The guy who made the tackle ran right by a guy who should have blocked him. I mean, block him and it's a first down or a touchdown.
Don't put him in that situation. Dampier, give him the ball. He's there
and that's
for one reason.
Yeah.
To run the ball. He's not there to throw. Do not throw deep with him.
He can't.
I know the cliche
is
you're supposed to loosen up the defense.
Right.
No.
But he can't. He just literally can't throw it that far. If he could, he would, and he can't.
I mean, he throws floaters, but I got enormous respect for the young man.
He's
took
a lot of hits.
They've lost 2 games. He comes out and speaks. He doesn't give attitude. He's positive, and he's being beat to shreds. He's a smaller guy. He's out there. He's a gamer, and he's a tough kid. He's a leader. I got enormous respect for him. Until Bray can establish himself right now, and more so as the season progresses and into his career, he's just getting started, Dampier is your most dependable runner. Keep the ball in his hands and let him try. And then later on in the game, I'm more amenable to the analytics. But I just thought on the first drive, get points, get the lead. It verifies what you did last week. It verifies what you did before the bye in West Virginia, and sort of just puts that Texas Tech thing really, really in the distant memory. But they come away with 0, and it was deflating for the Ute perspective to have a really good drive and don't get anything out of it. You got field position. You showed you could move the ball, but you got to get points. The other ones, I'm okay with. That first one, I just would have liked them see just to get points on the board, be up 3-0, put a little more pressure on BYU. But it didn't happen.
Nope.
And I didn't like the play call. Running wide, no. I mean, I don't know those guys. I even forget who ran the ball, but I don't think they're speed guys. The running backs, by and large, have been disappointing.
It was a fly sweep.
I know it was.
But I don't think it was. Yeah, I don't think it was.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I understand that.
Oh.
I'm saying the running backs have been disappointing, so you're trying other stuff.
Okay.
Keep the ball in Dampier's hands. I would like to see win or lose with Dampier doing what he does best.
Yeah. It was Bray who was carrying the ball on that.
Well, he's a running back. But it was just too wide. You're extending it. Oh, he ran 30 yards and didn't gain 1. What's the point of that?
And it was the guy who was following him in motion who made the tackle. And the wide receiver literally just takes a step and gets in his way. I think he was staring at the safety and didn't see him. And you got to hit the first jersey of the opposite color. That's the rule when you're blocking on those plays. And he let a guy run right by him. The guy made the tackle. And that's why coaches always talk about execution, 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 over and over. It was there, and they didn't get it done. The 4th and 3 surprised me at that point. It just didn't seem I never thought they were going to make that. The 4th and 1 intrigued me, but every time I hear that John Madden quote about get the 0 off the board, put the numbers up there, and everybody will relax and play better.
I don't think he has a lot of confidence in his kicker, though. He's a freshman.
Yeah.
I mean, he clearly changed his mind on the field.
On the other one, yeah. Right.
And who was a BYU took the timeout, and so they did that. They changed their mind too, and blah blah blah. I'm not sure that there's a lot of faith there. That sends a message beyond more powerful than any words.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. More your reaction to the rivalry game next. Not everybody was talking about the field goals. We'll get to that. Stay with us. Artist of the day today, Tom Petty. He would have been 75. It's brought to you by Live Nation. For all the live concerts and events in 2025, check out livenation.com. Question of the morning. What'd you think of that BYU Utah game? Frank, now maybe you guys will stop all the hype that Utah's the best team in Utah and give the Cougars their due. BYU's been that team for at least 3 years. Pat, your man crush should right off into the sunset.
Well, if they've been that at least 3 years, that mean that one year they went 5-7, they were the best team.
Yeah, he got called out by Ute fans for that. Ute fans are like, not the way they finished that first year of the Big 12, dude. It was 5-7 with a 5-game losing streak to end the year, with a quarterback injury in the middle of it, but nonetheless.
We can get to this in the coming days. I'm not willing to say that the tide has turned.
There are multiple reasons to be careful about walking out too far on that limb.
I mean, they've played 2 games in the Big 12, and they've been decided by a total of 4 points.
Yeah. Lead changes, fourth quarter.
Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. Let's not go crazy on that. I say you got to wait. Get me to 2030.
And by then, everything we know might get turned upside down again.
Right,
but then you can analyze the decade and say, okay, yeah.
And since they were in the same conference, but 2 years with a 1-pointer and a 3-pointer, I'm not willing to say the tide has turned. But as I say, there's
and as far as your man,
Pat,
your man crush, someone's upset that
is he talking to me personally?
Well, I assume so. It says, Pat, your man crush should ride off into the sunset. I assume that he thinks that you like Kyle too much. Except if you listen to the post game, which has been widely available, including in the last hour on this show, who's in the back asking Kalani about being 18-2? PK.
I did. Yak and I were at Utah's, and then we walked over. Across the field. I had to hustle, man. He's a fast walker.
Well, you were also talking to a high-powered AD.
That's true. I stopped and talked to Mark. And I looked around. I thought you were there, and then you were ahead, and I had to run and catch up to him. I was out of breath, man, running across those 45 yards.
He legitimately says, hey, hold up, I'm old.
I'm carrying 2 things. So, yeah, and we got over it. And, 18-2, my gosh.
How do you expect a better run than that, right? Who's sitting around with the playoffs now? There used to be longer win streaks, but lots of teams could win bowl games, and so you could take a 6, 8, 10-game streak into the next season, and now it's just the national champ. Everybody else is getting beat.
I don't have a lot of teams, but any team that I have, at all times, if you told me they go 18-2 over 20, I would sign up immediately for it. I don't care how bitter the other 2 losses were.
They have the 3rd longest streak right now.
The reason why it's bitter is because you went 18-2.
Oh, those 2.
Yeah, right.
No. And it's basically what Kalani said. The 2 stay with me more than the 18, which he's only like the millionth coach to say that.
And I told him, he asked me, what about the other 2? I said, I only remember 1.
See, it's
a joke.
I know, but one day he's going to be calling you Sparky in a press conference.
Oh, he laughed. He knew it. I mean, come on. You got to have fun with this, especially when you're winning. I would never do it in a losing situation.
That is very different.
You don't do that then. And so from that perspective, they're flying high. There's no doubt about it. Right now, they're great. And it's like we go through this every fall, and I want the teams to win. I want BYU to win just as much as I want Utah to win. And I don't deny I got a friendship with the guy. I'm not denying it. I covered Kalani as a player too. His wife thinks I'm funny.
Well, that seals the deal right there.
I used to talk to her when you would come out
I know.
on the south end zone.
But we're old enough. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Morgan didn't think, I played a long time ago. You don't remember. And then I told him about to play in a high school game where something weird happened. I know.
I want them all to win. I got a crush on all of them.
Jay Hill, we saw him play at the U. A-Rod.
I gave bones to Jay Hill after the game. So, I'll be the first to admit it. Yeah. And they were fired up when they got out of that coach's box upstairs and went in the elevator, as they should be, man. Yeah. So
7-0. I saw the graphic. It's a short list of teams that have lasted undefeated. I think there's no question
they're 2 years in a row.
That parity has come and spread out teams and spread out players to teams. And
there is a Yahoo Sports, I think the guy's name is Wolkin, You can go look it up. He happened to be in Tempe Saturday, and he did a big story on the parity in the game, on how basically everybody but Alabama and Ohio State, and he was making a point, not literal, but he was making a point that it's out there for the taking, and if you pony up, can you take it? Dillingham talked about it in the post game. They were asking him, "Can what is sustainable?" And he says it's hard to know because the NIL and the money that you can give, the university can give, it's ever changing, and he was metaphorically talking about it's $100 today, but tomorrow it's $200, and then the next day it's $400.
It's hard to know who's going to dominate going forward, whether we're talking one rivalry like Utah, BYU, a league, or the country, if the rules are going to change every year or every couple of years. And that's where we are right now.
Right.
But Indiana, Texas A&M, Georgia Tech, if you said there were 6 teams left undefeated in the country, and give me a Big Ten, SEC, and ACC team, you wouldn't go to Indiana, Texas A&M, and Georgia Tech.
No, I would go to A&M. They've traditionally had money. They've been paying guys for a long time.
I know, but they don't usually get to 7-0.
But
Here they are.
It's about money now. It's not about 7-0 exclusively. It's about money, and they've got the money.
They do.
So let's see. But the thing that I love is that you got a good program when you lose a game. It's a catastrophic event.
Yeah.
And that's where we are with the Utes. When they lose a game, and Yak was reading me tweets during the game because he's sitting right to my right, and he's got up the screen where you got all those, what do you got? You're like 50, 100 texts that you can see the social media.
It's called TweetDeck, yeah.
Yeah, right. I don't get into that, but I know the other guys do because I see their screens. I have attention deficit or something. I need to focus on one or two things or else I'm out to lunch.
ADHD.
And he's reading these tweets from Ute fans, and it's like, well, just eliminate the program.
Oh, they were in the pit of despair.
I mean, they lost the game. They lost the game by 3 points.
Kyle needs to retire.
And it's the end of the world. Yeah.
Yes.
That's when you know you got a good program.
Go to 4 conference title games in 5 years. You want to go to another one.
Sure. I get it.
Yeah.
And they needed 4 things to happen on the last day of the season a couple years back, and they happened. So let's not just exactly bury them right now.
That's all detailed. That's all people remember is smoking USC in a conference title game. Other details, punters dropping the ball,
this
whatever.
conference is sick. And so let's see what happens. There's still games to be played.
DJ and PK coming up at 8:30. Bronco Mendenhall, Aggie football coach, joins us. Stay with us.